Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 57, where the Rangers get crushed 5-2 to the Minnesota Wild. All right, this was awful. All right, elephant in the room. Alexander Georgiev tonight. Face value, horrific. 23 of 28 sounds really bad on paper. And the first goal, right, the Ryan Hartman goal, was unacceptable. That was horrific. You can't allow a goal like that. The other four, I genuinely want to know, how would you blame Georgiev for the next four goals? And that's coming from me, a person who has openly said I would catch a bullet for Igor Shesterkin. Like, how can you get mad at Georgiev for the next four goals? The first one is the Eriksson Ek tip that, how is this not a high stick? Then you have the Kevin Fiala power play goal where he was left wide open because power play. I don't like blaming goaltenders for power play goals, just point blank, I don't. The Marcus Foligno breakaway, and then a giveaway by Adam Fox that is just, man, Adam Fox does not screw up that often, but when he does, boy, does he make it count. Honestly, if anything, I thought Georgiev actually played well. I mean, there were a few really, really nice saves that he had tonight. And had he not made those really incredible saves that were like, wow, yeah, he's still an NHL goaltender, this could have become an all-timer loss for the Rangers. I'm just being honest. I mean, it's not his fault that our defense just played like a garbage fire in front of him. And what's strange is, like, logic would almost dictate that the Rangers would have won this game because you get to the point, right? I want to say it was the second period. It's 2-1. Then you have a Strome-Hunt 2-on-1. Where Strome feeds Hunt, Hunt buries it, then the Rangers go on a penalty kill, and Mika Zibanejad, murders Matt Zuccarello and scores a shorthanded goal, and you erase the 2-0 deficit. You tie it, and you go, all right, the Rangers have momentum. And then they said, all right, we made it close for a second, bye! After that, the defense just completely fell apart. Granted, the dam was already starting to break, but then it completely burst wide open after Mika started to make it a contest. This is just bad. This is just a bad game defensively for the Rangers. And tough part is, I'm not really sure what you do. And now you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place if you're the Rangers, because the defense just isn't good enough. And what's hard is sometimes it's good defensive players making the mistakes. Adam Fox had a horrific mistake tonight. The Trouba Miller pair gave up a really bad play. But overall, like, everyone would agree, I feel, Ranger-wise, that the Rangers have to make a move defensively. But what do you do? Because pair by pair, you have Fox and Lindgren. That is not being changed whatsoever. That's locked in. Miller and Trouba, again, that's locked in. That's not being changed. Your third pair is the three-way rotation between Brendan Schneider, Zach Jones, and Patrick Nemeth. So that's the one that you would work on. But if you only replace one defenseman, I don't know that it gets good enough to be Stanley Cup contention worthy. And if you replace both, I'm still very high on both Zach Jones and Brendan Schneider. And so now you have to ask yourself this horrible question, which is, what do you want out of this season? Because right now, you're going to make the playoffs. Look at the playoff picture right now in the East. You're going to make it. Even if it's as a second wild card, you're nearly guaranteed a spot at this point. I want to say it's like a 20-some point differential between us and the team that is trying to get the second wild card. You're locked in at this point. But what do you hope to get? Are you wanting a deep playoff run? Are you thinking maybe Stanley Cup? Because if that's what it is, you got to make some changes. If you're not thinking that and you just want playoff experience because we got mad last year and fired our coach, general manager, and president because they didn't make the playoffs and they underachieved, you might just want to make the playoffs and get some experience. Because you look at the defense, just the defense alone. I'm not counting the bubble because that was a joke and I'm just not going to bother with it because it was the 5-game play-in that you didn't even make it to the 4th game in. You got swept in 3 by the Hurricanes. And that was Lundqvist's last game as a Ranger, and it was in an empty arena in the middle of Canada. I'm still not over that, by the way. But this is going to be Adam Fox, Ryan Lindgren, Keandre Miller, Zach Jones, if he's the person there, and or Brendan Schneider's playoff baptism. Just on the defense. That's not talking about anyone on the offensive spectrum. It's also going to be Shesterkin's baptism in the playoffs. So Are you hoping just to get any bit of experience, or are you hoping to make a deep run, maybe even make a go at a cup? Because if it's that, you're going to have to make a lot of changes on the third and fourth lines and the third defensive pair. If you're just wanting the experience, then maybe make a couple of trades that are not rentals, but players that might be on the team for a couple of years. Go in that direction and just get some experience this year. That being said, if you go through this season where Shesterkin's playing at the level that he is, and Kreider's playing at the level that he is, and Fox, yet again, is playing like a Norris Trophy winner, you feel wrong inside wasting that season not trying to make a go at a cup. Yeah, I do not envy the position that Chris Drury is being placed in for the upcoming trade deadline with the things with this team. It's gonna be interesting what he does. I'm fascinated to see what ends up happening. And then before I go, I want to mention this. Lafreniere was moved down to the third line, and Reeves was put on the first one, and I don't even think the FBI could find a good reason for that. But overall, this was just a bummer of a game, to say the least. Hopefully we can rebound Thursday. We are on the road in St. Louis to take on the Blues again. Hopefully you don't, give up 3 goals on 3 consecutive shots again. Gee Willikers, I wonder where I got that imagery from. Anyway, that's at 8. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. So, that is all I have to say for the evening. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.